we got the Motherlode. That's right. Tons of spoilers today. These are all official, so we're going to be able to debunk some of the things that I did say earlier. Or we won't debunk anything because it's all accurate. Let's bust up into some of the spoilers. We have about 6 mythics in all and a plethora of rares, uncommons, and some commons. Let's do this. So it is official. The word on the street, the rumor mill was true. These lands, you pick one. It's this simple. There's no drawback. You just pick one side. When you drop it on the battlefield, what do you want? You want to play the red side? You want to play the green side? What mana do you need? And I think these lands are really good. I heard some people that are not in favor of them. They think they're crappy. How? You get to pick whatever land you want. I get you can't pick, this or that once it's on the field, but it's very situational. You need an extra red mana, you drop the red side. You need an extra green mana, you drop the green side. I think these are really cool. And we're going to get a nice cycle of them. We'll get into more of them in a minute. New mechanic. That's right. This thing is riding. Is that an ostrich? I have no idea. That's a Kabira? Maybe. I don't know. Human warrior, though. The new mechanic is pretty legit. It says when Kabira Outrider enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. Hooray! We are doing party. What is party? Your party consists of up to one. Of up to one each of... Did they mess that up? Your party consists of up to one each of cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. I was just reading it really weird. You can have up to the 4 in the party then. Cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. So that would mean if you had all of them out, you get a big perk. You get the +4/+4. Pretty dirty, man. I like it. Let's see what else we got. Pelica Predation. Look at that thing. You're having a bad day. Can I zoom into that? Is that possible? No, not really. Okay. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a card from it with converted mana cost 3 or greater. That player discards that card. We'll see ya. Situational, though. However, you don't even need to sideboard this. I mean, you can just run this in the main board, and if you need a swamp, you just use the swamp. So again, remember, you pick one side or the other. So if you are to cast Pelica Caverns, if you're to play the land side of it, cool, you can do that. But you can't play the land side and then play, I think I had this land out here long enough. I'm just going to go ahead and play my predation part now. Make opponent discard. No, you can't do that. You pick one or the other from your hand when you're placing it or casting it, however you want to look at it. So that is very interesting. I do like it. We got Lotus Cobra. Confirmed. All right, Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Landfall is going to be great. This is a cool way to ramp up, It's easily destroyed, but who cares? Run a playset. It's like Alana War Elves. No, it's not like Alana War Elves, guys. But you know what I'm saying. Anything that could just get you mana to do what you want to do. Tap for an extra of this. Drop an extra one of this. It's going to help you ramp up. And Lotus Cobra, it's been around for a while, and I am so glad I got the reprint. It was up to $15. Pretty crazy. Then we got Shepherd of Heroes, Shell Shield. These are just 2 commons. I just wanted to throw down there. Again, discussing the whole party mechanic. Your party consists of up to 1 of each cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard, which is pretty legit. Shell Shield. With the kicker. Kicker is back. Haru, I know. You can pay an additional 1 as you cast the spell. So instead of paying 1 here, converted mana cost would then be 2. So you pay 1 blue and 1 colorless. Target creature you control gets +0/+3 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature also gains hexproof until end of turn. I like it. That's pretty cool. So you can make the thing hexproof as well. Bada bang. Pretty legit. What else we got? Some big stuff. Omnith. That's right. The 4 different color. Locus of Creation. Yes, this is the card they were speaking of. When Omnith Locus of Creation enters the battlefield, draw a card. Already beautiful. You know what? I don't know what it is about this card, the art. I love how it looks. Is anyone else feeling me on that? It just makes me happy. I don't know why. This card, I don't have too many cards in my life that make me happy. But this card, just the appearance of it alone, just something about it. Like maybe it's the energy coming off of it. I don't know, but something about this card makes me happy. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So we've got Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn, if it's the second time, add 4, one of each of those colors. If it's the third time, Omnith deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. Wow. I'm just saying that's pretty impressive. That is one dynamite card, man. You know what's... I'm already thinking about the future. They're going to make a 5-drop Locust or Omnith Locust one day. Probably like 2-3 years from now. I cannot wait to see what that thing does. If this is what this guy does, imagine what that one does. Holy smokes. Murk Water Pathway, Clear Water Pathway. Got the Dimir colors, your choice. Pick one color. It's just that simple. Cool, neat art. Not even cool, neat art. It's really amazing art. I always liked the art from Zendikar. It's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. Then we have Blood Chief Thirst and Spoils of Adventure. On this side first is Blood Chief's Thirst. Rhyme, man. Kicker for 3. You may pay an additional 3 as you cast a spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. I dig it. It's cool. It's powerful. It's a good card. Great for removal. 2 or less. Kind of a downside, you know. But you kick it, you can do whatever you want. Spoils of Adventure is a 6-drop. Look at the art on that. Get a load of these fun bunch, huh? Look at this. He's so happy. I just love it. Spoils of Adventure. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Your party consists of up to 1 of each cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard. Last time I'll say that. You gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. That could be pretty nutty. If you have those things out, wow, just think. I mean, you could essentially pay just the 2 Azorius colors. You could just pay a white and a blue to cast this, and you gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. That's nuts. I'm just saying. Pretty cool. Then we have Linvala, Shield of Seagate. Linvala takes to the sky. How cool is that? Legendary creature, Angel Wizard. This was mentioned, flying at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you have a full party, choose target non-land permanent and opponent controls until your next turn. If it can't, it can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Pretty cool. It basically just shuts something down. That's legit. And then you sacrifice a Linvala, choose hexproof or indestructible creatures you control, gain that ability until end of turn. Just so you guys are aware, if you have a creature with indestructible and you sacrifice it, I know that doesn't exactly apply here because you would sacrifice Linvala first and then this stuff would happen. Choose hexproof for indestructible, so Linvala would already be gone. Indestructible does not save your creature from sacrifice. It dies. I hate to say that. It's the one thing around the whole the whole indestructible thing. Just anything that would destroy it, anything that says destroy basically would not destroy indestructible or damage being dealt to it. Just to clear some things up for some of you newer players out there, because you're out there. But pretty cool card. I like it, man. Then we have Bright Climb Pathway and Grime Climb Pathway. It's Grim, stupid. All right, Joey. All right. Enough, dude. All right, it's Grim Climb Pathway. So pretty cool. Artwork, amazing. Reminds me of that card, Furnace Wrath. Was it Furnace of Wrath? I want to say it's from Tempest, back when I played then. Really, really cool. And the card just started actually gaining some momentum. I think it's a 4-drop, like 3 red and 1 colorless. Very similar art, though, in my opinion, you know. No, it is not an opinion. It's really cool. You guys gotta check it out. But it doubles like all the damage of anything that's being dealt. It's really cool. But I love this. I love this, the full artness in here. It's not even full art exactly because there's a border. It's not borderless, I should say. But they are printing borderless cards. Zorrath Sin, the Trickster, is a 5-drop Merfolk Rogue, baby. All right, Flash. Oh, God. Flash decks are going to be so bad apples. For a 4, return an unblocked attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. Put Zorrath Sin, the Trickster, from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may put target permanent card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Of course, it would have to be stealing stuff. Don't steal, bad things will happen to you. But this is a really neat card. It's a 5-drop, though, which makes me a little, I mean, that's a high price to pay, guys. That is a really high price to pay. No, it's going to see a lot of play. But maybe, like, you can't have a 4 of this. Maybe a 2 of, 3 of in some of your, at the top of your deck for the, high casting costs. I don't know. I've said things before, and I was completely wrong. I remember I was talking crap about Field of the Dead. Let's get facts straight, all right? I'm not afraid to admit that. I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong. That was a big whoops. All right, the card's, like, busted everywhere. But, yeah, Zorrath Sin, the Trickster. Looks pretty cool. It's 4/4. So, I mean, it's pretty good, evasive from, some burn spells and whatnot. I like it. It's going to see play. Tajora, Blight Blade, and Shell Shield. I think we already talked about Shell Shield. Yeah, we did. Deathtouch. Okay, so my bad. Elf Rogue Deathtouch 1/1. We already have Moss Viper. Why do we need a Blight Blade? So now we're going to have 2 1/1 Deathtouch creatures in green that are a 1-drop. Throwing it out there. Pretty cool. Like the art. They could have made him a ninja. Like, he looks like he should be a ninja. I'm just throwing it. Come on, Wizards. Give us ninja tribal, like hardcore. Co-founding Conundrum. This card's cool. 2-drop when co-founding Conundrum enters the battlefield, draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. So any ability that would allow, a second land to hit, they're just getting punished and they got to return another land. So they're really not gaining anything there. So this is an ultimate sideboard card for sure. Unless there's something that forces your opponent to put a land onto the battlefield, but then you can, this card would negate that ability. Like, there's an upside and a downside to that. You see what I'm saying? That'd be pretty cool as well. So co-founding Conundrum, we'll see what it does. Legion Angel, love this art. Love this art. So I was completely correct on my guess. 4-drop flying. When Legion Angel enters the battlefield, you may reveal a card you own named Legion Angel from outside the game and put it into your hand. Cool card. The downside, though, about that is you can't run a full playset in your main board. You'd probably want to run 3, maybe 2. I don't even know how you'd want to play that, because you're going to go fetch another Legion Angel. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. We're going to see how strong and powerful this angel really is. It's a 4/3. Had it been the 4/4, baby, man, standard would be no more. This thing would just rock 'em, sock 'em. But it's a 4/3, pretty legit. Need to hear thoughts on this one. I don't know what I'm still in the air. I think it's strong. We're gonna see. Drana, the Last Blood Sheaf. Holy smokes, baby! Get a load of that artwork. I like this Drana better than the last Drana. The last Drana was a 3. Was it 3/3 or 3/2, something like that? Vampire. When it attacked. All other attacking creatures with flying, I think, get +1/+1, or +1/+1 counters on them. This one, 5-drop, flying. Whenever Drana, the Last Blood Sheaf, attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard. You return that card to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. The creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. That's pretty cool. I like that. You're bringing stuff back from the graveyard, Jack. That is some tough stuff to deal with. It's on a 4/4 body. Drana, I'm already excited to play with you, girl. You're a hot sauce. I love that when she just attacks someone, then that triggers it. Doesn't have to deal damage to him. Just has to attack. That's it. I like it. That's sweet, man. Acquisitions Expert. And then we have Cleric of Life's Bond. 2 really interesting cards. When Acquisitions Expert enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party. So the more people in your party, the more party favors you get. You choose one of those cards, that player discards that card. That's legit. So it opens up the door for more. Actually, I don't even know. I think this card's okay. I don't think it's phenomenal, okay? Let me get that straight. Because enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party. I take it all back. This is a really great card because it does not say anything about being a non-land card. You can discard one of their lands as well. You choose one of those cards, that player discards that card. That's good. Am I mistaken here? No, right? Yeah, that's really good. I like this card. It's fantastic. Look at how we just changed our opinions right there. Cleric of Life's Bonds, a 2-drop, and Orzhov. Another cleric enters the battlefield under your control. You gain 1 life. Only clerics, though. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Cleric of Life's Bond. So it's not like in a Johnny's Pride Mate where it can continuously trigger off and just get bigger and bigger. But it does at least get that +1/+1 counter once each turn, which is pretty legit. Zolaport Duelist, which looks like Frost from Mortal Kombat. Anybody else? Isn't that Frost? Tell me that's Frost. I like it. All right, that's Frost all day. Then we have Expedition Diviner over here. So first for our Zolaport Duelist. When it enters the battlefield, it has Flash, by the way. Of course it would. It's a 1-drop, by the way. Not flying, though. But when it enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Its controller mills 2 cards. The word mill is being used now, not just puts into graveyard, discards, something like that. It's mill. Expedition Diviner is a 4-drop, flying as long as you control another wizard. Expedition Diviner has, when this creature dies, draw a card. Yeah, I've seen better. That's cool. All right, then we have Valikute Awakening and Valikute Stoneforge. What do you want? Do you need mana? Do you need mana? Good. Play the land side. Early game. Late game? Let's go ahead and put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library. Then draw that many cards +1. Flex, baby. Flex. That is cool. Gotta like the options, you know? It's all situational. What do you need? This is really good flex cards. And I'm happy they printed them. Big downside with that land, though. I mean, you gotta sit on the battlefield tapped. That, it is what it is. If it did not have that, then everyone would just run this card, you know, in their main boards. Here is something. I'm still unhappy with Beacon of Unity. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. And when I say Beacon of Unity, I really mean Tazri. Tazri, I am not impressed, girl, at all. I'm telling you right now. The last Tazri, I was not impressed with that either. This one, no different. It's a 5-drop human warrior. It's a mythic. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. That's cool. Okay, that means essentially you can cast this for like 3, 2, you know. That's cool. I get it. And then there's some hybrid casting costs going on there. Look at the top. So let's say you got to pay either 2 or blue, 2 colorless or blue. So you pick one. Let's say you could pay 8 total if you wanted to. If you wanted to be silly and pay 8 total because you're running an all colorless deck, you can go ahead and do that. Whatever. But also you could pay like 2 colorless and a swamp, a mountain. I'm sorry, a black, a red, a green to be more specific. Do you understand like how that works? It's 1 or. Okay, you could pick this or that. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, and or ally cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Why does this card stink? Okay, first off, it's cool because you're getting card advantage. It's in white. I understand. You're putting it's like drawing a card, in a sense, you know? But man, compared to Wanada, this card's garbage. You know, like Wanada just looks at the top 6 cards whenever for each non-human card that's attacking. Come on, bro. Like that is just busted. It's just an example of one completely busted card next to another card that's just kind of eh. Now, it is on a 4/6. That's some big toughness. I get it. But dies to removal. So does one not. Everything just dies to removal. This is my little rant. I'm sorry. We're going to get past it. But, man, what are your thoughts on Tazri? Is it too underwhelming? I mean, maybe not. Because you could really play this for 2. You could play this for 1. Imagine dropping this for a 1. So, that's pretty legit. You're paying 1 for a 4/6 with an ability that allows you to get card advantage over your opponent rather quickly. Hey, man. I can't believe it's not butter. Or a Skyclave Hierophant? Sure. It's got lifelink. Orzhov colors. When Aura, Skyclave Hierophant, or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 3/3. If this sucker was a 3/4, I always say that. It's still going to see some play, but it's only a 3/3. I'm just saying, man. Dies to a lot of things. Lightning bolt, lightning strike, this and that. The list goes on. But that ability is pretty good. Return with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard. Yeah, it's pretty good. But you got to have it's. I'm trying to make a big argument for it. It's okay. It's an okay card. Then we have Cliffhaven, Sellsword, and Farsight Adapt. Ooh, I like the art on that one. That is hot. You would think I don't put these videos together, you know. Because I started to like, ooh, look at that art. When Farsight Adapt enters the battlefield, you and target opponent each draw a card. Oh, that's terrible. All right, moving along. River Glide Pathway and Lava Glide Pathway. Pretty cool art on these as well. This is those full art, not borderless, or non-borderless lands. These are gorgeous, man. Oh, I love looking at them. Looks like I'm in a little paradise, and then I'm in a hell. All right, pretty cool. Nissa of Shadowed Bows. There you go. Ooh, I like how she's like kind of touching that swamp and like plucking it like it's an apple from a tree. That's hot, man. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Nissa of Shadowed Bows. Am I saying that right? Bows? Bow? It's bows, right? +1, untap target land you control. You may have it become a 3/3 elemental creature with haste and menace until end of turn. It's still a land. -5, you may put a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Busted. Why, Wizards? Why? We just had Nissa rotating out. Now you hit us with another Nissa. Now, Nissa. All right, that's a very powerful Planeswalker right there. Thoughts on this? Yep, it's confirmed, guys. It is what we said it was going to be a few days ago. Pretty cool. I'm afraid. Be very afraid. Golgari. Be very afraid of Golgari. Oh, Nissa. Nissa. Windrider Wizard. This is a cool card. For 3, whenever you cast instant sorcery spell or wizard spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. I like that they threw in the wizard here. So Wizard Tribal could be back with a heck ton of crazy shenanigans, man. It's going to be fun. And then we go a Paragon. That Terua Paragon. Why can't I talk today? Who cares? 2-drop creature elf. However, it is also a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. What? It is true. Kicker for 3. That's pretty cool. So the kicker, let's see what it does. Enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a card that shares a creature type with it from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Oh man, that's some quick. It's kind of like the other fella there. You know, that's card advantage, man. Really, really good in green. That's nice. You know. Reminds me of a Collected Company a tiny bit. Let's not get carried away. Collected Company was it top 6 cards, put 2 creature cards from among them onto the battlefield. Yeah, okay. So it's completely nothing like Collected Company. This thing is nothing that great. But anyway, you get card advantage. You get to put them in your hand. If it was on the battlefield, yeah, that'd be absolutely busted. But still a pretty solid card. A nice 2-drop. And it's an elf along with all those other cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard. That's nuts. Pretty cool. So that works for the party. Then we have Marsa, Ruth, Grazer. It's got vigilance. You may put a basic land card from your hand on the battlefield. Tap, return target basic land you control to its owner's hand. I like this because you can attack with it and still do the other shenanigans at the end of the combat. You know, that's pretty cool. And then Merfolk Wind Robber over here. It's got the flying. It's a 1-drop. We're going to see this card everywhere. At least it doesn't have flash. Am I right? It's a flying 1/1 in blue. Whenever Merfolk Wind Robber deals Wind Robber. Why am I calling it Rober? Mark Rober? Have you been watching too much Mark Rober? Maybe. Deals combat damage to a player. That player mills a card. Sacrifice Merfolk Wind Robber. Draw a card. Activate its ability only if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Okay, that's not too bad. No, that's going to be good. I hate it already just because I'm going to go against it a lot. I don't like it. Moving on, Gnarlid Colony and Might of Marsa, kicker for 3. If you kick it, each creature you control. Oh, hold on. If Gnarlid Colony was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Okay, so a bear becomes a 4/4. It's a beast. It's not even a bear. What is going on here? Okay, each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. Make green great again. We have been making green so powerful over the last few months here, man. I'm loving it. Might of Marsa, and that's great for budget stuff, too. That's a cool card, man. Might of Marsa, it's got the kicker. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If it was kicked, it gets +5/+5 instead. Oh, boy. We got the Fetchlands. We got a lot of lands. This is hot, baby. Look, check it out. Check this out. Check it out. Cavern of Souls. Expedition land. Stop it. That is dirty, man. These are all gorgeous. These are all going to be in this set. Bloodstain, Mire, Scalding Tarn, Luxury Sweet. They already put these in Expedition. I gotta tell you right now, there might be a surprise. There may be an Evolving Wilds hanging right around this corner. We don't know. Let's find out together. Oh my, Marsh Flats. Misty Rainforest, guys, has got it back. Morphic Pool, Polluted Delta, Sea of Clouds, Prismatic Vista, Wooded Foothills. Do we have an Evolving Wilds in this set? No. Which I'm very upset about. Wizards, I have to voice my complaints. You have the best, most valuable, in my eyes, card ever printed in the entire game of Magic the Gathering, Evolving Wilds. Yet, for some reason, you choose it's not good enough to put into an Expedition or one of these extended art, full art cards. That is one of these special little sets that you put together, or a premium product. What did Evolving Wilds do? Why is it too good? Is it too strong of a card that we cannot put it in its beautiful, glorious art? We can't give it an extended art borderless frame card, blah, blah. It can turn into a Deathtouch monster creature with friggin' lightning shooting out of its butt. Like, come on, man. Had enough of this crap. Zendikar Rising, official spoilers. That is the whole kit and caboodle. I'm Joey Moss, bad boy at gaming. My skadooshbags, it gives me great pleasure for you to all complain with me that we demand Evolving Wilds in Expedition form. That would be amazing. I gotta go. Skadoosh.